Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Talking Skritt. I'm your host, John, and better known as Dale, around Yaks Ben, and we have a fantastic show for you. An update on game security and player reporting, a few game updates, a speedrun competition for the fastest Boneskinner kill, and much more. But first, let me introduce you to my fellow hosts. Oh, I have these out of order. Sorry, it's been a while. She made other people roar this past week in Uno. Say hello to Arlie.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
It's an awesome game of Uno. Well, the whole night of Uno, I should say.
It was frustrating.
Amazing. That's going to be a thing from now on. Shorty!
You have no idea what we're talking about. Definitely go back and watch it. Painful. He streams on Twitch where he answers the age-old question, will he be tempted by the Tempest Gaze helm? Say hello to Age.
No.
Spoiler, there we go. When we get to that, dead stop now. And last but not least, our special guest, a former kid who became a star, went on to be one of the greatest teachers on Boy Meets World. Wait, it's not Mr. Feeney? Oh, better. Say hello to Angelica.
Hello.
I was so proud when I got to do that.
The star thing cracks me the frick up.
I was going to say, that's the best one you've ever come up with.
When I thought of that, I was like, yeah.
And then every time you say star, I just think of I forgot I think it's called Superstar. And then she like puts her hands in her armpits and then just like says I'm gonna be a star and like or smells her hands and then says I'm gonna be a star.
Man.
Yeah.
I've not seen that movie, but I wanted to
Every
as a kid. It's like,
Or that SNL
Idea
skit.
what
it's a decent movie still. It's like you can at least watch it once and be fine.
It was an SNL skit with what's her name?
exactly.
Shannon Doherty's was on like one of those teams. Anyway, that's not what this show's about.
No.
Welcome to the 90s and 2000s media
Molly
podcast.
Shannon.
Molly Shannon, okay. Anyway, what was your favorite SNL skit that turned movie? You have like 3 to choose from.
MacGyver.
That.
Oh.
No, I haven't seen that one, but that's the first thing that came to mind.
For a second, I almost thought MacGyver was an SNL thing because you just said that. I was like, wait a minute, no, it's not.
I just put me in a bad mood, Age. I just didn't find that like.
Oh,
I didn't find anyway. My other intro was gonna be asking Age. Ever since I left, it seems like these episodes have been shorter. Is it trying to tell me that I'm like long-winded and just like?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that answers this question right here, where everybody's probably watching this going, we are like 5 minutes in and you are just talking about SNL and still doing it. But yeah, let us jump right into it. So I guess this would be a continuation of, I think it was even before the holidays, like even before the Winter's Day stuff, was in relation to the let's just say the wooden potato snafu thing. But it seems like it's an update on the game security and player reporting in Wars 2. I don't think it descriptively, it doesn't directly say it, but it feels like it's probably connected to that incident. Where on the forums they came out and said, responding to the community regarding the increase in hackers and botting in Guild Wars 2, they state they review all reports and are working on improvements to report, identify, and action cheaters. So they say in there, every report of hacking and cheating is seen and reviewed by a member of our Guild Wars 2 operation team.
I mean, are they just saying that to make public PA just because enough people are heating up the Reddit and YouTube and everywhere else about it, or if they really going to do it? Because
I mean,
they say that every time something major, like from a content creator point, speaks up, and then it goes back to being the same old, same old.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they do have people that always like look at it, but I'm curious of the quality of the people, because are these just almost
I think it's not only the quality, it's also the equal punishment. You have like someone say there is a content creator who's some of the ESL people who do the pay to win trades. They don't get punished as hard as a normal person who would do it. There's people that have come up with like this, so it's like it needs to be fair too. Can't just be like, oh, we need those people to keep advertising us, so we're gonna let them off with like a month, or let them get a free another account and come back in. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, I think with the whole reporting thing, I think they are honest and genuine in that. I do agree that it is one of those things for identifying and actioning towards cheaters. It is one of those things like, yeah, you can say it, but definitely kind of need to see some kind of action.
I definitely need to see action on my side, just because of how long playing and just seeing World v World hackers from PvP hackers. And it's like, okay.
I think that's the real problem with the whole reporting system. The way they have it set up is there's literally no way to tell if your report did anything at all.
Yep, exactly.
Which just makes it feel like you're yelling into a void, which even if they are taking care of the stuff, like that is kind of a problem too.
Agreed.
Yeah. I'll channel my inner Malfanis and say that he would say that you need to send like the anonymous mail that says, hey, because of your reports, we have action to use, you know?
It doesn't have to say if it was a good or a bad thing, because I was just going to say, I think he did mention that when we talked about it before all the break, and I was going to say, is that like a League of Legends thing, or that they do that? Or,
League does that. WoW, I don't know if they do it all the time, but it has happened to me a couple of times where I've gotten messages.
WoW does it most, like Blizzard overall does it to most of their games, because Overwatch has it, and like Heroes of the Storm at least too. So
yeah, and it doesn't even have to give like specifics. It doesn't have to be like this person you reported was banned. It's just a report that you did resulted in an action.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want it to be because then you'll get people going, look, I got this person banned, and like, or, you know, or some kind of weird badge of honor or something like that. It's, or my method didn't work, you know, because I think that's also what they talk about is, or in the past they've talked about it, is they don't want to like give that like somewhat of that insight, because then that's when hackers and stuff can learn to game the system and get through the automated detections and stuff like that. So, you know, I can definitely understand them going that route. But like you guys are saying, if they don't tell you if it was a successful or non-successful one, I think is still helps that situation where you don't feel like you're just throwing it into nothingness.
Yeah. I feel like account security is always an ongoing process. There's always, when you're adding new features, there's always new ways to like possibly introduce new ways to actually risk the account. So you try to mitigate that issue as best as possible. And there's always also things that users can do, like two-factor authentication, things like that, and secure passwords, etc., etc.
I'll say in chat saying Final Fantasy 14 and Riot have the best reporting systems, and I'm guessing Riot with League of Legends. And I'll say, are you guys familiar with 14?
Yeah, Final Fantasy is very quick. Like I had an issue in a dungeon where someone was just spamming like macros over and over, and like they don't mind you doing it, but it's like if you're over abusing it, like it's not. So I just was like, I just put it to like like people asked them to stop, they just kept doing it. So finally, like right on the last boss, I like put a ticket in, and right away they like messaged back like, hey, do you need help? And I was like, damn, that's fast. Like I'm like, I'm in the middle of a boss fight, but I can. And then they were nice enough to like, well, if you don't want to talk about it here, do you mind responding back to like whatever, like their current ticket or whatever? And I said sure. So it's like they at least didn't just be like, okay, well, bye, you don't really need me, or anything. Like it was like, continue with us after you get out of there. And they were like, good luck with your like treasure. Like it was very nice and made me feel like, okay, they're listening to me, and like even though I'm busy, they're still giving me the opportunity to like finish up the situation.
Hmm.
I was gonna say, as chat's saying, yeah, like, and what it sounds like you're saying as well is like, yeah, 14 has GMs respond to you in game. That kind of reminds me of like EverQuest, because I remember way back, my buddy actually tried to sign up to be one of the in-game GMs. So
yeah.
And
WoW does that too.
yeah, I was gonna say WoW does it too, but
okay.
it depends on the certain situation. Like I've noticed it used to be a lot more back in the day, but like obviously they must cut back on that. But I noticed when it's like either with items or a bug of a quest area, like it's certain things that's when they will message you in game. And I think maybe they also kind of cut back from that due to the security breach of just like those weird accounts that say I'm from Blizzard and they like make their name like exactly like Blizzard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those fake people.
Don't they get like? Shouldn't GMs have like special icons or special like colored names or something?
Yeah, but you know, there's still the gullible people that somehow just like they told me to go to this link and it said my account was breached, and you're just like, did you not see that weird funky eye or you know?
And I was gonna say,
misspelling of Blizzard alone.
Always the problem with that is too, it's like, I know with WoW, isn't it like where it tells you that in the loading screen tip, which once again, how many people will read a loading screen tip?
It's like people don't read. Luckily with Final Fantasy, they purposely make their color different and like all that stuff. So that's like a good thing for them as well. But Riot's good as well. I agree, because like we had some trolls the last couple weeks, and right away, if you report for bad behavior or hostage, like they work on it. Like they definitely need something to respond back in Guild Wars 2 of just like, hey, you're doing something. Because there's also people like I took screenshots a couple of weeks ago of just going around Jahab Bluffs, and literally there are necromancers, bot farmers everywhere, just farming the minions for the karma, the little thingy that basically gives you karma. But they're just standing there, just farming. I'm like, and I went there like the next day, they're still there. I went there the next day and I reported. I'm like, wow, do they just not care? Like, okay.
So I like we've talked always about updating their reporting system, which it sounds like they're going to do. But I can't say that I've ever seen, like I've seen like devs in the game. I've never seen like a GM in the game
for Guild Wars.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's just they go under the same tag overall and just not have a separate one, which they should, like they did in 1, but I don't know, because it is kind of frustrating to see. Like, yes, it's cool that they play the game, but it would be nice to just have a little bit of a separation, so you know, like, hey, this guy's here probably for some business, not just playing.
Notice me.
Yeah, it's I've never really thought about GMs just because I feel like with like the explosion of the internet, there's a lot more people playing games, so it might be like harder to have that GM feel of like, you know, there's like X amount of people who are like known in the community and just like respond to people and things like that.
I feel like it also runs into the same problem like some of the other areas like we were talking about last year. Wow. Well, it was last year. Technically right. Yay.
That's kind of right.
Where like sometimes funding game studios don't always put the money towards certain aspects of games if they can't really relate how much money that area brings in for them. So like things like GMs being in game and helping players in game, it's really hard to relate that to any kind of revenue, to relate that expenditure of those the personnel for that, because it's not cheap for any of that. But like I feel like that's one of the reasons why those areas tend to get cut a lot quicker, because like people making actual content and stuff for the game, you can say, well, having this content brought in this many players, blah, blah. But it's hard to make a one-to-one relationship with like things for like customer support.
Yeah, you only notice it when there's a problem, like, because if they're doing their job, everything's fine. And it's like, well, there's no issues, right? It's like, no, we stopped all the issues.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those unfortunate situations. But yeah, I think like Age was saying earlier, was they also recommend on account security is the most important way to help them prevent cheaters. Good habits, they go into the two-factor authentication, not using the same password for two account and other services. So definitely,
yep.
If you can, you use those methods. And I think, isn't the two-factor authenticator still give you a mini pet? So at least it gives you a little bit of a reward. But
I just overall action needs to be done, or some kind of other description of action, because right now it just falls to Dust's ear, to be honest. Like I don't know. I just feel like it's like a PA move because of all the complaints right now. Since I'm not trying to say Wooden Potatoes is the main reason of all of it, but just
it got like the most eyes recently.
Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, that did happen at the beginning of December, and I mean, if it was, I feel like if it was more of a PR
Christmas
move,
break maybe,
it would have been put up sooner. So
yeah,
I still think it could have been due to WP, just because it comes on the tail end of the year, so they have to like think about what they want to do and things like that before they put out a statement.
So hopefully we'll see some nice changes, and hopefully that'll make help out the PvP scene and also World v World, right. And even PvE.
I was gonna say I do like that on the post they did go into what to report people as from the drop down when you're using the in-game, because that was one of the things, like I know some people are hesitant to use it because we all know that, abuse of the report system is a problem, and they would take action on that. So some people I know are afraid, I've heard are afraid to report something because they're afraid if they put something in the wrong category, that will be an abuse of the system. And
I was gonna say, I think I remember you guys talking about that too, as like you never know, you don't know where it falls into like certain categories, or
like the categories I feel like are not quite, like either they need more or they need to change up what they say, because there are some where it seems like for some of the things you would report somebody who there's no clear place to put them,
Exactly.
And then if there is like too many options, then you run into the issue of like you were saying, they feel like, oh, if I get it wrong, they're going to instantly ban my account, which I highly doubt it. But you do have that feeling. But also it's like you see so many options, and then all of a sudden you're just like, I just can't. And then you just close everything, and then nothing gets reported.
Right.
So it's, yeah.
Yeah. But at least on that post, they gave some clarity on what people should put things as a little bit, which I think helps.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it was only in game, where you report the people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
But, that will hopefully be some kind of update coming within this year. Which, speaking of updates, we did get one on January 5th. They, not too grandiose, but, it's kind of right after the holidays. People are still getting into the swing of things, and I believe we're getting close to being due for a next story, so this might be the calm before the storm type of thing. But yeah, with this update, we get some bug fixes, fix the crash that occurred when players use the apply all checkbox with legendary runes in the customize panel. Ooh. Bug fixes for Thief, it still exists. We got rid, no, sorry. Fixed the bug that prevented the bound leap finisher from functioning. I'm sorry. It still looks like you walked off into the snow. I mean, it still works. But yeah, so little minor things, kind of the, you know, and I know a lot of people ran with this, and they tend to when it is. The meat and potatoes of the update was, of course, gem store or, you know, skin stuff. So clearly, you know, the game is gouging us, even though not every update can just have I don't know. I was worried about saying a new raid. I mean, granted, any raid would be, but you know, it can't be like, oh, a new story every 2 weeks, because that burned them out as well. But
yeah, I don't know that I would class Gemstar updates as meat and potatoes, because
well, I'm just saying what was in the update itself.
It's the most of it, but like, I mean, I always think of Gemstar stuff as like icing, because you don't need it, but it's there. Whereas meat and potatoes are like a core of a meal.
So what you're trying to tell me is this update, all it had was putting icing on bugs.
Pretty much.
Now that everybody's got that lovely thought in their head. But hey, meat and potatoes, bugs, both protein. So it's all good, right? Anyway. I'm sorry. But yes, some of the new stuff in the gem store, and this one has been kind of being a bit of a laugh. The Woodland Sprite Springer skin for 1,600 gems, and I know a lot of people that are kind of interested in, like, intrigued by the thought pattern behind it. Like, I know when I first even saw it, I was like, it's cute, but also not.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy, but kind of cute.
Yeah, like it's got a kind of like what Chad's saying. It's got a nice big head with like big, like it's got like Rox's eyes. Like it's got like a cute eyes. The rest is kind of creepy. And it's not like, I know it's a woodland sprite, but it kind of like reminds me of like some kind of weird amalgamation of like I think it feels like it was trying to go after like the jackalope type thing, like with the like, you know, trying to have like the antlers on a kind of bunny like thing.
Yeah, it just reminds me of in Toy Story, the kid Sid, with where he makes the combination toys and everything, but in like animal form. That's what my brain goes with that. It's like, eh.
Oh my god, now I won't be able to unsee that.
It reminded me of that woodland creature. I don't know what creature was in The Witcher, the Netflix one.
Yes.
Oh.
He also looks like the kid. In Witcher 3, he looks like the little voiceless. I forgot his name. He lost his voice to the witches or whatever.
The godling.
Yeah, he like the eyes and the face and everything. It's like,
yeah.
But
maybe
it's not for me.
Maybe Witcher crossover confirmed.
Yeah.
I saw one Reddit thread just linking I think it was the actual mount itself, the Springer mount, and then rocks, and then it went like Full Metal Alchemist vibe.
Oh god,
with the Chimera bit. I'm like, oh no.
Actually, that works. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can get it for 1,600 gems, or I believe has a chance in the Black Line chest, which we'll talk about. They updated those as a uncommon drop, which I know some people probably laugh at the idea of it being uncommon because it sometimes don't feel that way. But yeah, so you can pick that up for 1,600 gems. Also, they have the Path of Fire preparation pack for 2,800 gems, which is 20% off. And also limited time Storm Gloves, Pyre Gloves, and Chaos Gloves for 500 gems apiece. But yeah, you can pick up those things in the cash shop. Also, like we said, they updated the Black Lion chest, and they're now for a while named the Tempestuous chests. So of course, guaranteed drop will be a Black Lion mastery box. uncommon, like we talked about, the Woodland Sprite Springer skin, as you're seeing here, the Shimmering Aurora Cape and Glider combo, and also the other new thing, the Tempest Gaze Helm skin, which you can see right here. Kind of like, is it just another eye thing, or is it actually like, because I couldn't tell on the chart if it has like a side, like if it has side plates and the eye thing, or is it just the eyes?
The blue and red, green ones.
Okay, so it is just the eyes. All right.
Yeah. I hope it's animated.
I would hope so, especially because I think the other ones have like some kind of particles coming off it.
Yeah, the wispy.
So hopefully those.
I'd be surprised if it didn't. Yeah.
I mean, I want them, but
yeah,
same.
I guess I'll farm keys.
I'll say that's the unfortunate thing is, while the Woodland Sprite Springer skin has an option to buy it outright, I think the one that people would probably maybe go after more so would be if the Tempest Gaze Helm skin had an buy outright option versus the
Agreed.
which is a shame. It's because you can only get this in the Blackline chest.
Yeah, I'm still hurting from the Springer backpack. Like trying to get that.
I was gonna say, have you gotten it?
To go for something else? Nope.
But yeah, I think there's the rare chance of getting the glittering weapon collection or the leyline weapon collection, which has been in the past. These aren't new skin selections. Also Glyph of the Forester and Glyph of the Prospector. And remember, as you open up chests, you also get Blackline statuettes, which are you can use them. I think if you double click on them, it opens up a vendor thing, and they actually rotate items out every once in a while, which they did add the Ebon Vanguard Elite Outfit and Shoulders package and the Jeweled Scarab package. Also with the Millennial Mini Celestial Rooster, that Millennial Rooster. And hey, wait, the Springer Kit backpack. Isn't that what you want?
It is in there again?
That's what it says, now available.
Oh, good. Because I missed it last time it went in there, and then I was like, God,
And also bonus collections, the Daydreamer's Wings backpack set, the replica Jabotron backpack. Please, no more in the world. Don't pick that up. Plush Arene backpack cover. So definitely pick up any of those if you have extra Blackline statuettes, or if you're trying to go after maybe the Tempest Gaze thing and just have horrible luck. At least you might be able to walk away with
my luck,
something.
I would get the ugly mount, and I don't want it. I would just want the eye things.
That's usually how it works.
Whatever you don't want, that's what you'll get. It was like when I was trying to get the teleport to friends, I kept getting Blackline weapon claim tickets,
which was so
kept being like,
funny.
no.
We were all like, Arlie, we hate you so much, because you're like, oh god, I could probably buy a whole collection now, and we're like, seriously?
Yeah.
Just because she wanted to use them to get through jumping puzzles.
Yeah. Well, it was not through jumping puzzles. It was that last one that I needed the diving one
blade
off of.
One or something.
Yeah, because we had gotten through the puzzle, and then I needed the the jumping off. I kept missing it, and then getting back up on that jumping puzzle was so difficult that I just wanted to teleport to friend.
Oh, I completely understand. I think I used like 40 teleport to friends for that one.
But like we said, because I think it was me and Red Wolf that were in the thing. Maybe I don't know if Tavik was there either.
Tavik was there.
Maybe I don't know. I think it was a lot of us, because you were like, oh, let me buy some of the packs or something in there and she's like, I really hope to get the teleport to friend. And she's like, oh god, another great item that everybody would want. And we're like, we were like, we wish we could trade you our teleport to friends.
I know.
Yeah, it was painful.
Yeah, Tavik was there for that. I was gonna say, I could have sworn he was.
Ugh, it was painful. It was so painful.
It's just it's a perfect study of depending on what you want, how you feel about what you get will change.
Yeah.
And that's why you don't see very many GMs in the game, because we would have probably contacted a GM and they'd be like, wait, she wants the garbage stuff in there? Huh. But yeah, so well, it sounds like you can finally pick up your Springer Kit backpack. I'm curious how much it's going to be.
Now. I'll tell you in a second.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Red Wolf actually sent me drinks to go towards my festive imbiber. Yay, thank you. Still working
do you still
on
need
that?
that? 'Cause, like,
Yes.
Okay, I might.
I was working on it for a while, and then I took a couple years off.
Them.
So, oh God. Yeah, no, I'm still working on that. I finally got to the last tier of it, so I still need to drink another 5,000 things.
Gotcha.
Oh, backpacks. Daydreamer, Mercenary, Scruffy, Fire, Mist, Rocks, Plush, Char backpack, Plush Baby Arene backpack, Plush Ram backpack, Sloth backpack. There's not a Springer backpack.
Oh, really? Huh. Now I feel bad. Thought it was.
You should.
I should. Oh, thanks.
Wow.
You got my hopes all up.
I saw
Unless
it and I was
it's
excited.
on a tab different than the other backpacks.
See, this is when we need an in-game GM. We could be like, what the heck? I thought that was in there.
Yeah. No Springer backpack.
I swear it was.
Did you misread the notes?
I am not.
Oh, there. I found
Springer
it.
Kit backpack. Okay.
So, yeah, I just found it. So there's one tab with backpacks. The Springer Kit backpack is on the special items tab, not the backpacks tab. And
see, it's on you. You didn't think it was special enough. Maybe you shouldn't get it. Should have been.
Oh.
Should have been #1 in your heart.
But it's 60 of the statuettes.
Oh.
So. Yay.
Hopefully you have 60 of them. If not, try to go for that Tempest helm.
I have well more than 60.
Okay. But any final thoughts on the patch notes or the gem store in particular?
No.
Same old.
All right. Last up, we got Community Corner, and we have a Boneskinner Speed Kill competition by Mila, M-E-L-A. Let me.
Mila.
What? Okay. I'm bad with pronouncing names. We were talking about that during pre-show. So, but let me link in chat in case you want to check it out or partake in it yourself. But it is a 15,000 gold prize pool. Basically, it's a competition to find basically a group of players that gets the fastest boss kill or receive the big in-game prize. First place will be 10,000 gold, second place 3,000, and third place 2,000. So pretty hefty chunk there. Post your kill videos and logs in the comments below. So there's the links will always be in the description if you're watching this playback. By Tuesday, January 19th at 9 p.m. CET, which will be the deadline for the event. The kills will be shown on Mighty Teapot stream on that same date. So, are any of you going to go after Boneskinner?
I think I need an achievement for that. So,
yeah, I was gonna say it's a really cool idea because that's one of the fights that every time I do it, it seems like people have a lot of trouble with it. So,
as a break bar. So,
yeah,
break bar. That's what it is.
Those dang break bars messing everything up.
Heaven forbid there's a mechanic in the
Who wants a challenge? Everything needs to be just pew 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 dead.
Well, if they want it to be pew pew pew, they need to bring back old school Guardian underwater stuff where you would literally go blind if there was more than one.
God,
Had to tone all that down. But yeah, definitely check that out and let us know if you're partaking.
Mm-hmm.
But last up, our special guest, Angelica, which maybe you're thinking all the way through, if you didn't pick it up on the intro, is formerly named Kit the Traveler, which I don't know if you want to, talk about maybe your reason behind it, or does this mean you're no longer doing Kit stuff? Are you forever,
renouncing the name?
I am not retiring anytime soon for Kit the Traveler. People can either call me Kit or Angelica Star, but my main reason was to at least change my Twitch and Twitter/YouTube because I don't want to be stuck in a box where it's just Kit the Traveler / Nicholas the Traveler, as much as I do love that and I love the community and I still want to continue that spirit of things. But I also like to expand other worlds and games and things like that in entertainment. So I figured it's best to change my name because I noticed that when hosting, talking to other people, like doing content with other people, it was like I was stuck in this box and it was like they didn't see me beyond anything else but Kit the Traveler, which is fine because that's all they've seen me on or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't help because it made me feel like, oh, that's all you know me for, and I can't step outside that box until, So for now, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter, even though you can still get a hold of me on Twitter for Kit as well, I don't care. That's fine. But overall, I changed Twitter to match Twitch so that if people are like looking me up or whatever, they know how to find me on there. But Facebook is still there for the Nicholas the Traveler page. And then the website for kitthetraveler.com is still there for story time. So, and I'll still post on Twitter. I just did an event recently in December for Christmas. And my goal is still like once a month at least to keep that going. And we'll see where it goes. Because, it depends how long Guild Wars 2 lasts, like we're waiting for that next expansion, see where it's going. But overall, I still love Guild Wars 2. I'm not leaving it. I'm not leaving the spirit of all that stuff. I need to step out of my own little box and I think I talked to Age about this a while back. I think a while back, Age, that we were talking about like just it's a bad idea to just constantly be playing or streaming one game in general because your audience can't really grow, and if it does, it's only for that game. And then if you go to a different game, it's just like, what I mean? Like, yeah.
So, just real quick, it's cool to be known for a game or but it's better probably to be known for a game type.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, like in the starting days, there's a League of Legends streamer called Trick2G. He started off by playing League of Legends all the time, but he branched out into other games he likes, like FPS games and things like that. And he still plays League of Legends, but he branches out into other games too. I feel like variety is good just for the person and for getting in new viewers, but I feel like it's good to branch out if you're going to make Twitch or YouTube like your thing to be, because you don't know how long a game is going to last.
Exactly.
I mean,
and that's like
God.
my thing. I'm just kind of like, I'm not saying Guild Wars 2 is dying, knock on wood, but it is like
confirmed.
Like it's gonna get to a point where like it either goes to Guild Wars 3 or it just ends or whatever. But I want to be able to branch outside of that, and I love everything about Kit the Traveler. It's not like I hate that people put me in that box. It's just it makes me feel like I can't move or progress to whatever else without being just locked in that corner. Or they're like, well, why aren't you playing Guild Wars 2? Or they don't want to watch because I'm this. So it's like I need to maybe change something a little bit and let people know that Kit the Traveler is obviously my hobby. It's my thing. I love it. It's a project, but I want to do more and explore more. So,
I mean, it's kind of the same logic we had, you know, with we as you can see, still do Talking Skritt, but you know, we changed our thing to Mad Realms, and it's just so we could, you know, as we were talking about earlier, we've had we tried other shows, you know, kind of some just didn't pan out, but you know, we're also enjoying doing our you know, TOT like little series of just playing any game with it, you know, anybody and stuff like that, where it's just yeah, not, you know, I think this is kind of what like you're saying, Angelica, is that, you know, you are a gamer in the sense of you want to play games, not a game. Like you don't want to just be stuck in that, you know. Which I mean, if that is the only game, like if you only do play one game, that is a fine thing. But
oh yeah, definitely.
You know, it's you just don't.
I want, and we have talked about this overall. Deo, is just like, I'm more into like, I don't know, like I love the community theme. So like, I'll use like Funhouse as an example. I like that they play games, but they also talk about the news about games. They also write about games. They also do little skits sometimes. You know what I mean? Like it's like a variety of just entertainment and news and geeking out. And that's kind of like my thing. And then like overall, it's like I want to do more than just writing fun little quest stories. Although like if I had the decent degree, I guess I would definitely look into applying for like maybe a dev job into writing quests for games or something, or like like writer stuff. But it's like I don't feel confident enough, and like I don't really want to waste time going to school now at this age. I feel like to try and get into that market. So I'm just kind of like stick with my community thing for now, because it's like something fun, something I could do, something I can actually handle and put my hands on.
I mean, I think this writes itself. ArenaNet. Nicholas the Traveler comes out of the mist and brings back the events. And who's the one that does it?
Bring back. Why can't they just bring back a spirit Nicholas the Traveler and Jackington? Like, come on.
I mean,
let
it
them
makes
come
sense.
Visit people. It might creep people out. Some ghosts is visiting them, but you know, it's okay.
Then we can get back all of the like, or the traveler packages and all that stuff. Oh, I remember farming all that stuff. Ooh.
Like I figured they would probably turn that that little Asura / Moa, I forgot their names, but like some writer was writing, and it's kind of like the same theme of just like they travel around, but like they could use that person. I'm not saying like use my name or use any of that crap or whatever, but in general they could have turned that character into like a traveler, and maybe something that I don't know. It would be fun because it's something that's still tied to Guild Wars in general, and people know most of it, and maybe not all the new players, but it'd be another thing for people to do besides dailies or something for, you know, the week or something. They could tie a few achievement points on it, or tie some cool little skins like they did with the Guild Wars 1. So
I remember some of those swords and stuff, like the other, I guess you can't call them fiery dragon swords, but they were the other dragon swords.
Yeah, there was like swords, there were sweets, there was consumables, and yeah.
And chat saying, isn't there a descendant of Nicholas the Traveler in Snowden? I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I
think so.
Yeah.
It would be nice. I'm guessing that would have to be the approval of the original people who made it, plus the game company, if they really want to waste their resources on that. So
yeah.
That's just general how it goes. And right now, I think their market and niche is going towards somewhere else. I mean, right now, I think I'm just curious on, well, not to go into the expansion talk, but it's like, what is going to be for the expansion when we already had raids and then you kind of took that away. And then we had strikes and you kind of took that away. We had dungeons, you kind of took that away. You know what I mean? Like, and World We World, we're all waiting for that World We World update. So it's like, I'm hoping that, and we have mounts, we have gliding. So it's like, is this when Nicholas the Traveler comes back? He's the buyback? Because at this point, what else is there?
That would be out of nowhere and pretty interesting if they were just, yeah. I mean, heck, we've had other people that were in a raid that predated Guild Wars 1 that were still around. So what if Nicholas the Traveler, Mersat Magic kept him alive?
He found
Oh
some
my.
book. Oh my god.
It'd be weird. He was one of the only people that had the vampiric dragon sword. What if he was a vampire? How do you get that?
I don't know about that, but overall, you're more than welcome. If you guys see me in game, out game, Twitter, whatever, just either Kit or Angelica is fine. I'm not gonna be one of those people who are like, call me by my right name or whatever. I don't really care. I know I have both until, like, obviously if I close one chapter, then sure, I'll be more particular, but either or is fine. I'll still be doing everything as normal. Just for Twitch wise, I am going to expand. I still will stream Guild Wars 2 here and there, but I'm expanding past Guild Wars 2, if that makes sense. So thank you for letting me explain that too, because I haven't really properly explained to everyone why. And now I have it. So thank you.
Mm-hmm. And that's kind of why we wanted to get you on, because I know you were just kind of, I mean, like you said, you've been playing around with this Switch, but you kind of just started streaming again. So, and I honestly,
it's the anxiety too, just changing. You know what I mean? Like you have to redo everything. Plus, you're just like, what if my name was stupid? And I don't like all this other stuff. Or what if they hate me now? And that's why I said I'm probably gonna lose some followers.
Well, I know that's the one thing that's tough to, like, I know, you know, this was it. Yeah, it was yesterday, right? The days are all horrible, but you were playing Warframe. Yeah. And, you know, I mentioned it to someone in our Discord, and they were like, you know, they were like, I searched for Kit and it didn't come. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. It's, you know, things changed. And so, you know, it is good to, you know, hopefully get that name out and stuff like that. So
yeah, XSplit doesn't even know me. Like every time I open XSplit, it's like, can't find your ID, and it shows Kit, and I'm like, I just refreshed you. And then I have to click it again, and it's like, oh, okay, Angelica Star. And I'm
even
like,
your software's telling you, don't go, don't change.
Right? Making me feel bad. I'm like, don't guilt trip me.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to all the other games you're going to get to try out and stream and maybe do videos of or whatnot.
Yeah, and this will give me a chance to be able to cross content with other people or folks like you guys when you guys play other games or something, and you get, because like I always felt weird, and I'm like, I don't know if you want a Guild Wars 2 player over here. Okay, so like that's what it felt like, because it's like that's my name is tied to.
I mean, yeah. we've quickly found out when we were starting to expand things, so don't feel bad, is all of our friends are Guild Wars 2 players.
Yeah.
Like for the most part was, you know, but you know, I think everybody plays different games, so it's not, it is always weird to just say they're a Guild Wars 2 player.
I feel happy overall. Like it was a good move. It was like when I made the name change, I was like literally shaking. I'm like, oh my god, did I do the right thing? And I looked at the Twitch thing. It says can't change your name for like 6 months, like I think like 2 months or 6 months, like 60 days or something like that. So I was just like, oh my god, now I can't change it back. And then I was like. I think you wrote today. I was like, I changed it, like freaking out and everything. And I whispered to everyone on my list. I was just like, I changed it. They're like, finally, because I've been telling everyone for a while. This is like, I kind of want to change it, but then I'm scared, nervous all this whole time. And I just took the dive. I was like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I think it's the right move, and I, you know, like I said, can't wait to see what you got coming down the pipeline.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is it for this week. So, Robin, where can they find you?
On Twitch and Instagram and Twitter at Arlie82. I think I'm going to start streaming on my own channel again. That's why I threw that back in, but we'll see.
Yeah.
82, so you can only play, I don't know, I was trying to make the whole Kit thing. And
games
like,
from 82.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that might be a fun like special to do, is just play random games from 1982. That would take some getting it done though.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of emulators, I would imagine.
Yep.
I kind of want to look at that list of what kind of weird games you would have to be playing, but that's interesting. I would look forward to that.
Donkey Kong Jr., Dig Dug, Burger Time, Pitfall, Joust, Moon Patrol, E.T. Oh, E.T.
You could also.
Oh no!
not play like your actual like birth, like your year birth games that were in your birth year as well.
Oh, well, I was in the 70s. So.
I was gonna say, I can see in her mind, she's like, I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to 82.
Oh man. But yeah, awesome. And Age, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube at Age Night Road. I might stream Apex today. I said I would stream it this week. I didn't have time to stream a lot this week. And I got some stuff ideally coming in next week, so we'll see about that. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And Angelica, where can they find you? Which, I mean, we kind of really went deep into it, but I guess another, quick outro for it.
So basically for Angelica Star, you can find me at Twitch Angelica Star. I almost said Kit the Trial my own damn self. So there you go, Angelica Star. And then Twitter Angelica Star. But if you are into, since this is a Guild Wars 2 podcast, if you're into Nicholas the Traveler and his Spirit of Things, I run a website called kitthetraveler.com, or you can find it at the Facebook page of Nicholas the Traveler. And once a month, I post up events, and I will, like I said, again, tie it to Twitter still, just in case people don't know where to look. But yeah, if you always want to get some goodies for free, check out those events.
And you can find me at simply_Deo on Twitch and Twitter. I usually stream on Mondays and Thursdays. Seems like for the next little while, probably Mondays will be Warframe, and Thursdays will probably be Immortals Phoenix Rising. I've been enjoying that, so dying a lot. But yeah, if you are just popping in, do stick around. We'll do a bit of an after show, but if you want to watch this in full, we do highlight it on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/madrealms. 2 ways in the mad. And we do put it up, if YouTube is your preferred platform of choice, we do put it up on our YouTube channel, just Mad Realms as well. And that goes up on Sundays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And been a while. I think I covered it all. So yeah, we'll see everybody next week and in the game. Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.